Hey everyone, another whiskey review. This is Mike. I'm Narby.
What's up, guys?
Gonna review something very special. This is Old Pulteney, 1974, bottled in 2009. Says it's a 34-year-old whiskey, bottled at 43%. And this is bottled by Gordon and MacPhail, which is an independent bottler. Comfortable saying that Gordon and MacPhail is the largest independent bottling company. When you get a independent bottle, so you're not getting it directly from Old Pulteney, it's an opportunity to get a whiskey for a much lesser price. The risk you're taking is sometimes they're not the greatest whiskeys, but occasionally you find a really big time gem. So for example, the price for this bottle, you're not going to be able to, I don't think, find this bottle now, but it was $250, and I have tried Old Pulteney bottles for around $1,000 that weren't nearly as good. So this particular one ended up being a gem. You might get another one where it's not a gem, where you're like, kind of feel like I wasted my money. So that's sort of the thing with the independent bottler. You kind of take a gamble. Usually when they're legendary, amazing whiskeys, they obviously word of mouth spreads and it sells out. So sometimes we just have to take that gamble right when it comes out because they could sell out pretty fast. But this is probably one of the best buys you'll ever get for $250.
For example, the Old Pulteney 35-year official bottling just came out, right?
Correct.
How much is that?
I'm not sure how much is it, but it's probably around $1,000.
I think it's like $1,000.
Yes.
This guy was $250.
Yes, I haven't tried the 35, but I've tried the 30, which is not $1,000, but it's several hundred, quite a bit more than double. Yeah, more than this for sure. And we'll get into it right now. But this is a lot better. This is a special whiskey.
Yeah. So if you hear a lot of good recommendations on an independently bottled whiskey, it's a great opportunity to try it at a fraction of the price of the official bottling. Beautiful dark color.
And this is a gorgeous amber.
Completely.
Wow.
Complex.
Old style sherry.
Oh yeah. Old, a little, this sounds weird, but trust me, when you try enough of them, it becomes very pleasant, like kind of an old moldy sherry. It just means a very old, distilled and old bottled sherry whiskey. Kind of like dust. Old furniture, old books, very good.
This has such a sweet cola taste. Very, with the older sherried whiskeys, I tend to get that cola taste, which is so special and unique because with some of these newer bottlings, you get so much sulfur in newer sherried whiskeys, and it just doesn't seem like they spend as much time and love and care on cask selection and the process of mass producing. Just because whiskey's so big in 1974. Whiskey wasn't a money-making machine where nowadays they could put anything out with a fancy bottling.
Good marketing.
And they make a bunch of money selling it. So in a way, I understand it's a business and it works, but after a while, if they keep doing that, the whiskey boom's going to stop and people aren't going to be willing to spend that much more money. But people are smart and they're going to figure it out. So this is so unique. Getting that cola, I'm getting mangoes, I'm getting sweet orange. Take orange and pour maple syrup on it.
I'm getting heavily crystallized, or sugared gummy bear-like tropical fruits, assortment of tropical fruits, like Narby said, mango, guava.
Yeah, when he mentions gummy bear, it's almost like candy. It's like literally, I'm like nosing it. And whenever I get whiskeys like this, I almost want to bite the glass. It makes me want to bite the glass. I want to eat it. I don't even want to drink the whiskey. It's so special.
That was incredible. And I can just say, this is only 43%, so obviously it's had distilled water added to it to dilute it. Just imagine if it were at cask strength. Either way, The cask selection of this particular whiskey was excellent. It was phenomenal. Perfect seasoning, perfect cask selection.
This is what it's all about in whiskey. It's so exciting to find a whiskey where you didn't pay a fortune for, yet it tastes like a lot of the whiskeys that cost a fortune. So it doesn't happen very often these days, but even a couple years ago, even if you were able to get your hands on something like this, you're a lucky man or woman.
And now I'm getting more heavily sherry influenced flavors like dark chocolates and figs, dates, nuts, honey, which is an amazing complex contrast to those sugared crystallized tropical fruits.
Absolutely.
Very complex.
I'm getting raisins, some rum, some rum liqueur, some orange liqueur. Definitely those dark rum flavors, chocolate.
Rum is a good point.
Very light caramel.
Yeah, like some light burnt caramel.
Some
Kind of like creme brulee on top.
Oh, it's so good. It's hard to put in words. It's like I'm trying to get the right words out, but it's just like so complex and so unique and so different from your average whiskey, where you get lost.
You can nose it forever. You can nose it for an hour.
No, peaches, banana. It's 10 million different fruits in here. It's fruits that I don't even know how to pronounce them. It's fruits that I've never tried. I mean, it's that level of fruits. It's just a basket of a bunch of million different fruits. It's just the best way to say it.
Absolutely.
I mean, I could sit here and name every fruit that I could think of, but the truth of it is just think of a basket of a bunch of different fruits.
Yeah. Like tropical fruits like mango, guava, papaya, orchard fruits, peach, plum, apricot, apples, everything. Amazing complex bouquet just on the fruits, let alone everything else.
And there's always dry fruits and fresh fruits. This would go along the lines of fresh fruit. Again, going along with that cola that I mentioned in the beginning. I get a lot of that cola.
Yeah. Cola, root beer, honey mustard. Sounds odd if you haven't tried this kind of whiskey before, but once you try a few of them, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. And for me, it's one of my favorite types of whiskey, one of my favorite flavor combinations.
Oh. Just as good on the palate. Take exactly what we said on the nose.
100%.
With the fruits, the cola,
Oh my god.
hint of that mustard, a little vinegar, like a high-end vinaigrette.
Imagine like we was talking about, imagine like a honey mustard vinaigrette. Even a honey mustard cola vinaigrette. Like the best cola or Coke you ever had in your life. Vinaigrette, that's how it is.
It's so delicious.
It's incredible. It's unique.
At 43%, it's very, very viscous on the tongue. The finish is long. Full flavor still in my mouth since I've swallowed it. Not spicy, but the finish is just keeps releasing on my tongue, and those fruits are just fully there. It's on the top middle of my tongue. Slightly drying, slightly tannic. It's been sitting in wood for 34 years. Overall, an amazing, amazing whiskey. I give this a 93 out of 100. Mike?
I'll say maybe a point higher. I give it 94 because it's the complexity between very fresh, like basket of fresh fruits just picked sitting in front of you, tropical and orchard fruits combined with that honey mustard cola vinaigrette that we love so much. So 94.
Just a quick point, when you guys are going to see us do a lot more reviews when we talk about this old sherried whiskeys. You might keep hearing us because we've obviously tried this whiskey. As you can see, we've drank quite a bit of it. One thing we detect, it's almost like an inside thing we have between us. We keep saying honey mustard cola, and it's nothing that exists, I guess. You never take honey mustard and combine it with cola, but it's almost like our little thing that we keep talking about when we drink these old style sherried whiskeys. It's almost like you took Coke flavor and then
The best we ever had.
and then like a high-end mustard with honey in it, and then you combine the two. We've never done that, but that's what we would imagine it would taste like, along with that high-end vinaigrette taste. It's really hard to put into words, but as we're trying to explain what we're experiencing, that comes out. And if you were here drinking this with us, I think you would understand what we were talking about. But
Absolutely.
overall, an amazing whiskey. If you do get an opportunity at an auction or randomly stumble into it at a store that hasn't sold this yet, it's absolutely worth it. An amazing whiskey. Have a good day.